So, and moving into the story behind the song, do you want to go and tell me the story behind Medicine?
Yeah. So wrote that song with Keesy Timmer, Cassidy, Lynn, and Tony McVaney. The four of us have written a number of songs together, but this was the first one that we had to write on Zoom together. And it was on Cinco de Mayo last year. And we were all like, oh, we're going to have margaritas afterwards. This is going to be awesome. But we started talking about song ideas, and I had just written down, I have a Google Doc and it's like 30 pages long of just song ideas, one-liners, general outlines, whatever it is. And for some reason, the word medicine just popped out at me that day. And I was like, what about, the phrase like, give them a taste of their own medicine kind of thing. Like, what if that was a breakup song? Like, the hell that you put me through, you need to understand what that feels like, because you need to come down a couple pegs, like that's what I was thinking in my head. And I forget who, it might've been Casey, but he said, what about like, how does that medicine taste? Because you don't want to, you want to put your own kind of spin on a phrase. And that's how we started it. And Tony is an amazing producer. He's an amazing songwriter too, but they call them like track guys. I think they're way more than that personally. I hate that phrase. But Tony is an amazing producer, and he just started building that track, and it has that kind of like Wild West, like I see swinging doors and dust kicked up and like a standoff situation. Once he started that track, I think we were all just locked in to what it should sound like. And it's so funny. Like, I have voice memos on my phone of Cassidy singing this. I'm like, okay, can you sing that chorus melody that you just did one more time so we can remember that? And, it was difficult because that was one of my first Zoom writes too. So it was just trying to figure that out is stressful. And then to write a song that you think is worth anything, is always stressful. We finished the song pretty quickly, and Tony sent me the track, and I turned the guest room closet at our house into a little studio, learned how to use Logic, cut my own vocal, comped it myself, sent it to Tony. He put it in the song. It was a labor of love to get that song done, but I did all the backgrounds on it, all the harmonies, everything.
That's incredible. The things that have come out of the pandemic that have been positive, like showing us what we can do that we thought, oh, I'm never going to have to do that. I'm not even going to have to learn it. And then we have to do it. We're flying by the seat of our pants here, but you got it done. And it's an incredible song. I've sent it to a number of people that can relate to it.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. One friend in particular who went through a bad breakup, like maybe a year and a half ago, I was like, oh, I got your new theme song.
And that's the thing, like my goal honestly is to, when it makes sense, obviously, but to write from a point of strength, like it doesn't need to be totally bashing the guy or even the girl. 'Cause this one is, guys have gravitated toward this song too, but just to write from that point of strength, that's not like, oh, woe is me, but more of a, I'm standing up for myself in some way. Even this one is a little bit sassy too, mm-hmm. But I want people to feel like empowered when they listen to that song, like a hell yeah, like, yes, absolutely. I want my ex to know the hell that they put me through.
Yeah, get that karma going.